Welcome back to another episode in this series.
Yep. Massive edge, misses everyone, and that's racing.
Like that target was just under.
This flashback could bring us thoughts regarding the England cricket team in the PGE Gaming series, such as one which I had already covered. England were at a dominant phase, especially in the ODI format, before entering into this year's World Cup. But they failed to advance a lot as they've wanted to, faltering in their do-or-die contest, finishing fourth in their group. This also made them unable to qualify for yet another ODI World Cup semi-final. As they had achieved such a low point after quite a long time, we could be looking forward to what would be the next steps implemented. And here is one clip to look over their succeeding updates and performances, as a result of yet another recommendation from this man. After their exit in the ODI World Cup, it was time for them to regroup themselves as they were taken over by Ritwik Nayak as their official head. As far as new additions are concerned, these players have gained maiden call-ups to the national squad till now. With the decided changes, they first toured down under to play against Australia for 3 games in ODI and T20. Their ODI squad saw a new captain in Joe Root, coming back to limited overs cricket since the year 2021, and a few other prominent returns such as the name of Chris Woakes, who was largely responsible for their 2 victories. Under Root, they performed well with the ball, which was the major concern under the previous captain Ben Stokes. Their batting, however, took a slight struggle in the low-scoring games. But for the 3rd game, Stokes was tested once again as the skipper, and it was back into a typical nature of play, where scoring was higher. But bowling didn't go well. The T20 saw some fresh players and a similar pattern, where they closely fought and won the series by small margins of runs. They did get quite hammered in the final game. With their first assignment done, they proceeded to host Sri Lanka for 2 tests after a couple of months. But we saw them struggle again, having already had shaky experiences in previous test matches. The Stokes-led side saw the return of players such as Rory Burns and Zach Crawley, but apart from a few 50s, there wasn't anything significant for them. The second test saw a good debut for Tom Hartley and some masterclass from Joe Root after a long struggle in this format, although the loss was heavier. After the dismal campaign, they toured the West Indies for 3 ODIs with a different combination of players and tried to get back their momentum. It was unfortunately not the time for them, as they eventually went on to lose the series by 2-0, finding it hard to win in the nation as well. This also meant that they have now faced a limited overs series defeat after years, ever since their previous loss against Pakistan in a T20 contest. They closely fought and managed to tie the first game and lose narrowly in the second. The final game was, however, a more convincing defeat. On the good side, they managed to have Sam Curran as a proven performer across the games. That brings us to the conclusion of their run so far. If we talk about their overall performance, then it could probably be described as a fairly decent beginning but slowly getting down. It is also found that they have been struggling to gain impetus since Cricket 24 has arrived in the gaming series, as they are still yet to achieve a win in this new game. But a constructive point is that they do have a few more series remaining across formats, giving them more chances to display their worth. Leading up to the T20 World Cup in the next year, it would not be easy to say how they would stand now given this momentum. But thinking of a way that happened in the past, this struggle might be needed for them to do something better. They have often excelled in series of previous years, and had been named as a favourite for the forthcoming tournaments by many of the other managers. But that usually doesn't go well, as they've not met those expectations, especially in this year's event. As a result, maybe a diversified approach or tactics in games could lead to something different, and ensure that the team plays with more freedom and get a variety of experience in their outcomes. It would be a significant point to ponder, and let us see what is awaiting for the English team to get forward. Thanks to every one of you who took the time to watch this engaging clip, and see you soon.